Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Wymer. This is John from Lakeshore RV Center. Today I'm going to be walking you around showing you the basics on your new Cyclone toy hauler. So as well, I'll walk you around. If there's anything we forget, miss, or anything that's important to you, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can always reach back out to us. We'll try and answer those questions and help you out. So one of the first things you're going to want to do here is make sure your battery disconnects are turned on. That's these red switches right here. Notice how they turn green right there? That is our reservoir for hydraulic fluid. That's our inverter. On top of our inverter there, we've got a outlet. That outlet is a ground fault protected outlet. So you can reset that if ever some of your 110 outlets are not working. Your new deep cycle battery is located there. To test and make sure those batteries are on, easiest way to do it is to come to this keypad, hit both arrow keys. When that green light appears, you know you got 12 volt power. That controls our hydraulics, auto level hitch height for when we're hooking up to our vehicle. I'm going to walk you around the outside here. This is our docking center. This is our control center where we control things like our water and things like that. This is where we fill our fresh water. The black is where we flush. The positioning of the valves determines the functionality. So if you're trying to dry camp, you put the valves in a certain position. City water in a different position. This little switch over here turns on your water pump. An extra exterior light, you just push in the center. This battery switch here is for your solar panel, okay? Electrical outlets, electrical adapter and sewer hose both come with it. Your crank for your manual backup. Hot water heater exhaust, keep the little ones away from there. There's a 7/8 inch socket that's used to pull the drain plug for there. Same thing with your furnace, keep the little ones away from that as well. Down in here, we've got our gate valves. Those valves are for our sewage and waste. As we're walking around, one of the important things to remember is you want to take the lug nuts on the tires after the first 250 miles and retorque them, just as an added safety measure. Back here, we've got additional gate valves and an additional flush because you have a rear bathroom. And of course, this is your discharge, just like the one in front. In this compartment, we've got your fueling station. The front fueling station is for your generator. The back one is your reserve tank. And then we have a dispensing nozzle to dispense from the back to the front. And this is where you turn that on, okay? This is your power cord wheel. And to the right of that, we've got a button that allows you to retract or extend that. Ladder here, 250 pound rated. Important to note, we pull those pins and that ladder will swing forward. Okay. Back here, we've got a place all the way up top there if you want to add an exterior security camera. These handles simply flip and rotate. When that patio is in a horizontal position, meaning cables attach, that's patio position. You detach the cables to allow it to go to the ground. Down here, we've got your storage for your steps. I'm gonna rock around, show you a couple things over here. Okay, we've got your stove on the outside here. You have to push these blue tabs on either side of the stove for it to release and pull out. Then you've got a quick connect, which is right below that you have to hook up to make your stove function. Sliding tray for your spare tire. Notice the red and blue lines right next to that. Those are your low points for your fresh water system, to drain your fresh water system. When you first get to the campground, you're gonna wanna use this switch right next to the TV to slide out this primary slide so you can get into the camper. These are motion sensor lights. They'll kick on automatically. Okay, in the upper right-hand corner here, we have your auto changeover valve. Well, hard to see by this video, but it's green. Green means you've got gas, red means it's empty, okay? There's a flipper on top of this. Whichever direction that's flipped is the tank it's drawing from, okay? So if it's flipped in this direction, it's gonna pull from that tank. Righty-tighty shuts off the tank, lefty-loosey will open up those tanks. Okay, let's walk inside here and we'll show you where some things are located. So our main breaker panel with our fuses and breakers for everything is located right down here. You push that door opens up, and the 110 breakers are all marked. There we go. There you go. See that? Okay. These are some of our main controls. Down here, we've got your Yeti package, which is your additional heating pads on the tanks and lines. Power inverter to turn that on. Slide out room to run the slide out in and out. Overhead lights. Solar panel controller. This just lets you know it's being charged. That turns on our main keypad, which just has the majority of all the functions. Everything from water heaters, fuel pumps. Notice a scrollable menu here. Scroll through that, you can select what you want. To get your bedroom slides, you're gonna have to scroll through this keypad right here to get those on, okay? But that's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to, so just kind of mess around with that for a little bit. Air conditioning or heat, that's all controlled from this keypad. We're gonna push that a couple times. Snowflake appears, that's our air conditioning. Then up and down arrow keys will control our desired temperature. We're gonna let that run for a second. A little warm in here. So we're going through cleaning your camper right now. Ground fault plug right there. SOL on top of it simply means it's solar powered. In our bedroom here, whoops, turned off that switch. This far right hand corner, you'll see a black switch. That black switch is to enable this bed to slide up at an angle. If that's not slid up, then the slide up won't come in. See this little green light here? That green light that you see there is for your power amplified TV antenna. Okay? Just like the thermostat down below functions the same way. We're gonna tap it a couple times. Snowflake appears. Okay, we got our AC. We tap it again. Wavy lines indicate our heat. And then up and down arrow keys control the desired temperature. So, I'm gonna go ahead and shut that off here real quick. Tap it again, wavy lines, tap it one more time, and then it disappears, and it's off. To operate our fireplace, real simple operation, button to the far right, desired temperature here, color of our flames, and of course there's a timer, which is the next button. Stereo, pretty self-explanatory. The controls for the refrigerator are right here on the side of the door. When you go to operate your stove, real simple operation, it's spark ignition. You simply push in on the handles and then twist and it lights just like that. Overhead lights here with these switches. Keys are located around your kitchen faucet for the RV. You have an additional power awning switch over here in this far left-hand corner, just so you know what that is. Okay, let's walk you to the back. As we walk to the back, there's no light switch. We simply push the lights in the center, and that will turn those on. Our main controls for overhead lights and everything are located right here, and then this powers our beds up and down. Notice with our beds, we've got pins in those beds. If those pins are not removed, the top bed will not come down. So when we go to operate the bed, we're gonna kind of show you how that operates. If that bed stays up there, we know the pins are attached. To release the pressure from the bed, though, we have to run it all the way up. One other important note is when operating your patio in the back here, you wanna make sure your glass panels for your sliding doors are down. The air pressure can pop those out if you don't do that. So really important as you flip that door up to close the patio up, you make sure that those are in a down position. Another thermostat back here as well, and that's of course because you've got 3 ACs. These are ram airs to get fresh air into the back. Simply squeeze in the center, push forward, and that rotates in. Good idea to make sure your chairs are tied down when traveling down the road, just so they don't do any damage to the unit. You guys, this is John from Lakeshore RV Center. That is just showing you some of the basics on your new RV. But again, if you do have additional questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can reach us at 231-740-6225. Thank you and have a great day.